Welcome back to Life of Dave. So, got my servo for the traxxas xmaxx. That's locked up solid. It's not moving, not doing anything, so I've got to pull it apart and have a look inside. After speaking to the people I purchased it from, they've got hold of traxxas, sent them the video that I made, and they've sent me a repair kit. So in there we've got all the metal gears. So let's hope that that's what the problem is. So first off, we've got to take this one apart. Yeah, here's an Allen key, but a small Torx bit fits just the same. Get that together. Right, let's have a look in the kit. This is obviously a repair kit from Traxxas. It's a 2087X gear set metal, and it's for the servos, so the 2085. A thin spacer washer, little plastic cap. Bunch of metal gears and some instructions. Right, servo build instruction. Sandwiched, I bet it's back screws into the front of it. So I've never seen one of these inside before, never had to have one apart, so Right, pick this apart, we'll have a look inside, see what's what. He goes one way round because the screws are offset slightly, so this one's not in the centre, it's more at the one end, so you know which way round it goes. Nice little seal around there, it's got gasket O-ring, so mind you don't damage that. Anything in the cap, there's a little bushing. There isn't one of those in there, so that's all going to stay the same. So what we've got there, we've got the main drive there, that one there, that one there. Where's that go? Got an extra one. 1, 2, 3. Must be a spare one. Oh no, that's in the bottom there. There it is. Down there. 4. That dries off of there. That dries off the top one. Off of there. That's off of there. Yeah, it's simple enough. Right. So, do they pop straight off? Do they give you any actual instructions? Or, disassemble the servo saver assembly to inspect for any signs of damage. Ensure the servo saver is clean and moves freely. Yeah, well, that's all the bits on the car are fine. The little horn on there is all fine. Yeah, the car end's all fine. This, however, is not. It's jammed solid. So we've got to take that lot apart. We've got a little bearing on there and an O-ring. So that's going to have to come off. The bearing's going to be lightly pressed on. See if we can lever it up with something gently. Try me flat Allen keys if that will work. A little washer there goes under the O-ring. All the tools I need for doing this at work. There we go. Nails under it. That's comes off quite easy. There's the bearing, the washer and the seal. Stack them up there so we know where they go. Alright, so first off we've got to remove the centre one because that's over this gear. And obviously there's a little pin on there, so we've got to make sure we see where it goes back together. Where does that pin go? That must be a replacement for this plastic arm on there. So that all moves. So where's the damage then? It's making a horrendous noise. I can't see any damage on the teeth. The motor's moving. That's free. So there's a pin on the side of this one. I'm using the front camera so it's not as clear as the back camera, but that way I can see what I'm showing you. And there's an arm on the side of this one, so obviously that pin's got to replace that. So that comes off of there. Yeah, there's another bearing underneath. Bearing there. Motor. End gear. That one there. On the pin. I'll take that bearing off to get in there. Very gently. There we go. Lower bearing. there. Right, let's say what that's for. Right, so we're all stripped down anyway. So having a look at this, got this little bag here, got a couple of bits in, little plastic thing and a washer of some sort. So there is nothing on the picture that shows that. The only thing it shows on there, there's the part there, is a bearing underneath. You go to this side and the same, there's this, it doesn't show anything. Bearing onto there, that onto the shaft, doesn't show a damn thing. So looking in the bottom, see that's got a slot and that's just round. So obviously that goes in there. Like so. Where does that go? Does that go on that? Obviously it comes in the bag together, so I'm assuming, will that fit in there? No, it don't fit in there. So does it go just between the gearing over there? Fits onto there, that drops on there. Yeah, okay, well, can't see any point of that washer. Where the bearing goes on there, so does it go on the bearing? On the top of the bearing? Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't give you clear instructions as to where it actually sits. So the instructions look like they show you the original layout, not the new layout. That all goes in there. I've got a tub of grease somewhere, and you think I can find it? So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to just assemble this roughly and I'll take it apart. Once I know it all works, I'll take it apart and re-grease it. Just want to put it together and check it all works for now. So that goes there. On this end. So it moves. So a little bit of grease on there anyway. Most of the grease on this, as you can see with the original, is already off the gears. It's not stayed on there at all. They literally only need a very thin coating, a working coat. Right, so now I've got to replace that one. Need a bearing under there. Put that down onto there. Needs a top cap, so I reckon that seal goes on the bearing. Or does it? No, because that sits into the bottom of there, doesn't it? I cannot see the point of this unless it's to replace that top one. Maybe it's a replacement top seal or something. That goes on there, like so. That goes onto there. Locate on the bearing and the inner gear on that plastic. That's gone on. So that's your steering, left and right and centre, that pin. And this one, sat in the top there. Just get some of that grease on there. So it's got plenty of lube around it, run it in. So we always take this apart and rebuild it. Well, that's all the gears on. So we've replaced all of that. Now there is still zero movement there. I don't know if that should move now or. So they've sent me a gear kit, but I'm looking at this lot and I can't see a tooth damaged. Ah, no, there we go. Off the grease. There it is. No, found it. All the main gears are right, it was this one. The one in the bottom. No, it's not gonna. I need to use the other camera. But there you go, it's stripped there. So it was that. That is the problem. It stripped the gear on that one. Happy days. Right, so there's the gear. As you can see, we've got teeth here and no teeth there. I'll get it to focus. There it is. So it stripped that section there. So on first glance, you know, all the gears looked okay, but it was that one that's down in the bottom there, and it's completely stripped. Doesn't also teeth off of there. So that was the problem. So well done, Traxxas. They obviously know, you know, from the sound it was making, what was going on. So yeah, so it's quite simple up to that point. Just these gears pull off, drop onto there. And we're all back together now. So that's that. So I'm wondering, is that, it looks the same as this, so I think that's a replacement top washer. Yeah, that's what that is. So they've given us a replacement washer, but I'll say it doesn't actually say what it is in the kit that they've given you. It just gives you the exploded diagram of what was on there and how it goes, but it doesn't tell you, oh, these are your new bits, this is what we've given you. It said nothing. Right, so we've got a bearing. It's got to go back on the top of here. Nice fit. And there was the washer. And the O-ring. So yeah, not too bad to do. So obviously, I mean, I could have done that a lot quicker if I wasn't showing you the camera, but there we go. So that's rebuilt. So we've got to get the top on and the bottom on. Make sure it all goes on square. You don't damage your seals. The screws on the top side and the bottom side are a different size. top side on. So now the bottom side, as I was saying before, it'll only go one way round, so you can't put it on the wrong way round because the centre screws won't go in the middle. Again, make sure your gasket, the little rubber seal on there, is in place before you push it all down. There we go. Hold it together. I'm going to secure the centre too first. Hold it in place. There's no real order as to what's best, but I always nip everything down before I tighten everything up. Mechanics habit. Yeah, so not the clearest on the instructions as to what you've got. It doesn't really explain what those two bits in the bag were for, but it wasn't too hard to work it out. There we go, so a little nip. These don't need to be wrenched up, they're very small screws, very fine thread. They need to be firm, but you don't want to strip them out. So using a small screwdriver like this, I don't get much leverage on it, and when it's tight enough your hand sort of slips. If you use a big screwdriver, big handle, you get much more drive on it. Enables you to get more torque on the screws, bolts, whatever you're doing. It does mean it's very easy then to over tighten stuff, strip things out. Oh, there we go. So it's back together. We've got to plug it in, centre the servo horn. I just want to get it on the car, plug it in, make sure it's working. So we put that on there for now, just so I can see it move. We can see if it works. Watch it going back and forth, hopefully. There we go. So, got to check that it's the right way up. It's not supposed to be the other one. I'm pretty sure. I think it went that way. Yeah, sitting in the car, I'm sure that went to the left. This pointed straight up. And that went over the, yeah, it was that way around. So I've got it the right way up. But it's not central. As I say, I need to plug it in, let the servo centralise itself, and then we can connect the steering horn on where it's supposed to be. Right, there we go. So one servo rebuilt. So traxxas kit, replacement metal gears. That's all done. So that's me for now. I'll stop this here and I'll make another video in a mo with it in the vehicle, hopefully working. We'll see what it's doing. Right, so that's the servo all rebuilt, back together. I can't test it because I took the car and everything apart at work, and I've gone and left the blooming controller at work, so I can't even plug it in and go zzz, 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 test it, make sure it works left and right before reassembling it all. So I'm not going to just put it all back in, reassemble it. I can't anyway, because you can't get to the servo horn to align it once the servo's back in place. So you've got to do all of that and bolt that in tight before you fit the servo and put the car back together, because of how it fits on the xmaxx. So yeah, I can't really do anything else now, but it's all back together. Hopefully it's all working okay, and we'll get that in soon. I'll do another video refitting it, or testing it first and then refitting it as soon as I can. But until then, that's it for now. Thank you for watching Life of Dave, and I'll catch you all again soon. Bye for now.